When I'm making two-part silicone molds to make urethane parts, I like starting out with a good quality reusable mold box. My name is Eric Strebel. I'm an industrial designer. Welcome to my channel about product design and making. I hope that you like, enjoy, and become a subscriber. Make sure that you hit that little bell next to the subscribe button too, in case you haven't already done so. That way you'll be notified every time I have a new video. I like to make mold boxes that are reusable, and I like to make pretty good ones. I usually use an AC plywood, maybe even with a veneer finish on the one side so I can get a nice surface on the inside. So I cut all the pieces. I've done that here ahead of time because I think everybody knows how to use a table saw to get some, plywood pieces. I pre-drill everything. That prevents the plywood from splitting when I screw in the screws. I'm just giving everything a quick sanding here on the bottom. You'll notice that my mold boxes, the pieces overlap each other. That way each piece gets 3 screws and gets 3 screws screwed into them. It just makes things a little bit easier for reassembly later. Here I'm putting the bottom on the mold box. I've cut again a nice piece of plywood, and I'm just using a pencil to lay out roughly where I'm going to need to drill the holes. I take everything over to the drill press and I drill and countersink the very first hole. I'm going to end up putting a screw in this one right here just to hold everything tight. Then I'm going to go to the opposite side of the mold box and I'm going to drill over there. I'm going to shoot a screw into that as well just to hold all the wood nice, and now I'm going to drill and countersink all the other holes that screw the bottom or attach the bottom onto this mold box. Yes, it's a little overkill. The whole box is a little overkill. There's too many screws. It's definitely not going to leak or nothing like that, but better safe than sorry, and just makes the whole thing that much more sturdy. You probably could get away with about half as many screws. So what you end up with is a pretty nice AC 3/4 inch plywood box that's going to have a nice smooth surface on the inside. I go through and identify all the mating pieces with symbols. This allows me to take the mold box apart and then put it back together in exactly the same way. And I'm just randomly generating marks to put everything together with. Now I'm going to put on a little bit of Johnson's paste wax, and this is just to kind of seal the wood and prevent any silicone from seeping into the wood or drawing silicone out of the mold, and just kind of sealing everything up nice. What we're going to do now is we're going to add the dimensions onto the box. Since it's reusable, I'll use it again in the future sometimes, and this allows me to basically pick up the box, look at the dimensions, and I put them on in inches and in centimeters. And you may ask, why would you do that? While I design and measure just about everything in millimeters, here in the United States, materials come in gallons and quarts and all kinds of crazy imperial sizes. Drives me crazy. So I also include the volumes of the box in metric and in cubic inches, so I know how much material it's going to take to fill up the box when I'm making a mold. So that's how I make my reusable mold boxes. Super handy, of course, if you have something and you want to quickly cast it. You don't have to use some foam core and hot glue and make some crappy mold box and wonder whether it's going to leak. You can just reach on the shelf and grab what fits and use it. If you liked the video and you found it useful, smash that thumbs up button and leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can click on the little icon on the bottom right of the screen to do that. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Rock on. Click here to watch some of the other design and making videos that I have. If you'd like to have your music featured in one of my videos, drop me a line.